Number 4. At this point, the writer of the passage is considering adding the following sentence. Your line was switched on the board from one spot to another by an operator, leading to the name switchboard operator. Should the writer make this addition? All right, let's look at what's happening. So we're looking at the end of this paragraph here. That's why number 4 doesn't really have anything after it. It's essentially referring to this entire paragraph here. The paragraph itself is talking about how when phones were first rolled out, there was no computer system in place. When you called somebody, the switchboard operator would pick up basically, and they would switch your switch the actual line, patch you through from one line to another line, and that's how you would reach the other person. And essentially, that's what would connect the call. So in this case, they're adding this portion right here that says your line was switched on the board from one spot to another by an operator, leading to the name switchboard operator. I don't think this is relevant at all because the whole thing is talking about the decline of switchboard operators. So we need to know what their job was, right? So this paragraph is essentially describing what their job was. It's telling us that, hey, when you call somebody, they would take your line from wherever you were calling and patch you through to the person you were trying to reach by connecting your line to another port, and that's essentially their job. It's describing their job, and which is relevant in talking about the decline of their actual job. But it's not important to know where the word switchboard operator or the words switchboard operator actually originated from. It doesn't actually make any sense to do that, right? So we know that it's not going to be A or B because it doesn't make sense. We don't need to know why they were called switchboard operators to understand why they lost their jobs. And the correct answer in this case is no, because the detail is unnecessary for understanding the main point of the passage. The main point is to understand the decline of switchboard operators, not because the detail contradicts anything earlier. So this is wrong. Let's look at the yes answer choices just to make sure. Yes, because it provides a relevant detail. So this is the keyword, relevant detail in explaining the origin of switchboard operators, one of the major themes of this passage. So this is not one of the major themes of the passage. A theme of the passage is not to understand why they were called switchboard operators, right? We don't need to know the origins. We just need to know the decline. So this is categorically incorrect. It's not a relevant detail. Is it because a physical understanding of how switchboards work is necessary to understanding the passage as a whole? Not really. You just really needed to know what their job was, right? So you don't really need to know the details of a switchboard to understand why these guys lost their jobs. So B is also incorrect. Therefore, our correct answer is D. It's not relevant because the detail is completely unnecessary in understanding the main point of the passage, which is the decline of switchboard operators.